Sharad Kohli, economist, is with us live. Sharad, what do you make of these IMF projections?
Well, I think if you ask me honestly at a personal level, I feel 6.1 is also a bit of a conservative estimate, although it was 5.9 given by IMF earlier. But I feel the Indian economy should be growing between 6.5 and 7. But nevertheless, I mean, it's an improvement from what IMF had forecasted before. And rightly so. India is at this moment, the fastest growing big economies of the world. India is already the 5th largest. It is the 3rd largest on the purchasing power parity terms. So we are, the way all the economic parameters are showing, you look at the GST collections, you look at the purchase managers index, you look at the index of industrial production, and with the inflation under control, forex reserves having crossed $600 billion. And we should not forget that all this is happening in the midst of a situation where the global economy, as per IMF, is not going to grow more than 3%. So we are basically expected to grow double the percentage what the rest of the world, or shall I say the global average would be growing. And a simple reason for that is that the economic reforms and the way Indian government has handled the economic situation, especially post-COVID and post-Russia-Ukraine crisis, I think that has been commendable. That is what has led to robust growth. And we should not forget, and one of the very important comments being made by international agencies, that India is in some way a world in itself, which keeps it immune from what is happening around the world. So if the world economic demand or the world consumer demand or the world demand overall, say, falls, Indian economy, because of its internal demand, I think still manages to maintain that momentum, which is creditable. And I think in the times to come, with India having set a target of being a developed economy in 2047, I feel we should be a $17 trillion economy by 2047 if we grow by 6.5. So we are already on our way to become the 3rd largest. And if we do anything better than that, then of course we can even surpass China at some point. So I think a very promising future for India with young population, 65% of the people being below 35 years of age. We've got a very bright future as if you compare this to China, which has got an aging population. So if you consider the next 20 years for India versus China, I think India is far better placed than China for that matter. And which is why, when IMF does an analysis, it does overall. It just doesn't look at the present economic parameters. It also looks at the futuristic angle, that how is the country going to go forward. So I think a promising, promising situation, and every Indian should be proud of the fact that an international agency like IMF is giving a very, very encouraging economic projections. Uday.
Let's leave it at that. Sharad Kohli, thank you for joining us with your perspective. Let's take a short break. Much more coming up.